Okay, guys, this is a Keto Tim back with another gun review here for y'all, and today it's going to be on the Ruger SR9C. I'm a big fan of Ruger products. I own several of them, and I gotta tell you, I was not impressed with the SR9. The trigger on it was spongy. It felt weird. I had some feeding and extractions issues with the SR9. But saying that, and then taking a look at this gun, I can tell you that Ruger has fixed all those problems they had in the SR9 whenever they made this, the SR9C. It is not the same gun. It is a completely revamped system that is phenomenal in my books. If you're looking for a subcompact 9mm that's cheaper, you can find it for cheaper than like a Glock 26 or you know, a car or any of those other Smith & Wesson MMPs, Springfield XDs. You know, this Ruger is by far less expensive than any of those, and in my opinion, every bit as good, if not better, than they are. So let's talk a little bit about it. When you buy this, it comes with a 10-round magazine with the pinky extension, and it also comes with a 17-round extended magazine. The gun is a polymer gun. This is one of the few polymer guns that I actually do own. So it's a stainless steel upper, polymer lower, very similar to your Glocks or any of these others that are out on the market, like the Springfields or the Smiths. Let's talk about some of the stuff on this gun real fast. So let's see here. So it has ambidextrous safety. I do have to say I found this a little bit awkward to actuate, and I also noticed that I had to be real careful in my grip. Sometimes I get a sloppy grip, kind of like this on my handgun, right? And if my finger was up too high, if you notice it gets up high like that, as the gun recoiled, this safety on this side would catch on my skin and cut me. So I think the safety is not well designed. It's also kind of hard to actuate, and to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of safeties on guns in the first place. It is striker fired. Has a nice low profile sight system, 3-dot. Very easy to acquire, very easy to see, very fast to get. Well, since I was talking about safety on this gun, let's talk about the safety features while we're at it, because I think that Ruger kind of went a little bit bonkers with it, to be honest with you. For instance, they have the thumb safety. Okay. They have a trigger safety, all kind of very much like a Glock. They have a magazine disconnect safety, so whenever the magazine comes out of the gun and there's a round in here, he can't fire that round. It won't fire. The striker will still drop, but there's like a little plate that'll come down that keeps the striker from going forward. So I would show you that, but I could damage the gun if I fired it like this. So if you're gonna dry fire these guns and you have one, just know that you have to put the magazine in it to dry fire, because if you fire it without the magazine, there's a block in front of the striker coming out there, and you could damage your firing pin, break it in fact, or bend it. So do not dry fire this gun without a magazine inserted, and make sure your magazine's empty before you start dry fire practice. It also has one of the stupidest features that I can think of here. All right, has what's called a loaded chamber indicator. Most of guns have like a little thing right here. You can look in there and see the brass, and you're fine. Ruger's got this thing on here that says loaded when up, right? And when you have a round in there, it sticks up like this, and it's big and it's red, and it's kind of annoying, right? In fact, let's see if I can get you guys to see this. So let's see here. So it almost gets in the way of your sight picture. I don't know if you see that, because it comes right up in the middle of it. And one of the things I don't like about the gun is that. I think it's a bit out there, really, to be honest with you. Incredibly easy to carry. And for a subcompact 9mm, very, very accurate. And a lot of that has to do with the trigger in this gun. The trigger in this gun is probably, bar none, the best trigger I've ever felt in one of these polymer guns. It is, if you look here, let me see if I can show you. So you see that there's hardly any slack or take up, and then boom. It just goes boom. Right? So there's no slack. See, some guns will have like a little bit of slack and creep. This doesn't have that. It's just boom. It's just so good, so nice. It's a very nice trigger. I think this is a home run for Ruger, honestly. There's some things that I don't necessarily like about it, but all the safety features. But Ruger's kind of known for going overboard on the safety features. I do like the fact that you can change this back strap. There's a little pin right here, and you just pull it out and change the back strap around. I like the fact that it's so light, so easy to shoot. The recoil is minimal on this gun. I'll roll in some range footage of this gun and show you what it can do. But if you're considering a concealed carry piece and you're looking for a subcompact 9 that's not a Smith & Wesson or a Springfield or a Glock, I'd consider this gun if I were you. It was a 2010 handgun of the year, and I can see why after shooting it. So if you're looking to get one, for $400 you can have it. A lot of gun shops, if not less. So if you're gonna get it, go ahead and pull the trigger.